Ferrari is not waiting. While every other team in Formula One is treating the 5-week gap between Suzuka and Miami as a development window, Ferrari is treating it as a deadline. Because for the first time since the 2026 season began, the Scuderia has a genuine opportunity to do something that race weekends do not allow. Test a comprehensive upgrade package in real conditions before committing it to competition. The Monza filming day is happening, 200 kilometers. Both drivers, a circuit chosen specifically because its long straights and heavy braking zones replicate the energy management demands that have exposed Ferrari's weaknesses across the first 3 races of the season. And what Ferrari are bringing to that test is not a minor adjustment. It is the most significant development push the team has attempted in 2026. New aerodynamics, a new software package targeting the early clipping problem that has been costing Hamilton and Leclerc tenths on every straight. The final specification of the Macarena wing, weight reduction components that could recover more than 1/10 of a second per lap, and in the background running on the dyno at Maranello, a new engine not for Miami. The ADU window determines when that arrives, but it is coming. And the combination of everything Ferrari are bringing to this break on track at Monza, in the factory at Maranello, and at the software level inside the 0676 represents the most comprehensive attempt yet to answer the question that has defined the first phase of this championship. Can Ferrari actually close the gap to Mercedes? Formula One teams are permitted 2 filming days per season, each capped at 200 kilometers of running with current specification cars. They are officially promotional events, limited tire compounds, restricted mileage, no competitive timing. But in the context of the 2026 season's unexpected 5-week break, Ferrari's filming day at Monza has become something considerably more valuable than promotional content. The choice of Monza is deliberate and technical. The Autodromo Nazionale Monza is the fastest permanent circuit on the Formula One calendar. Its 3 long straights place the highest possible demand on straight-line speed and energy deployment, the exact areas where Ferrari's SFT26 has been losing to Mercedes since Melbourne. Running the Miami upgrade package at Monza before shipping it to the United States means Ferrari arrives at the race with data that no other team will have gathered in comparable conditions. The energy management characteristics of the 0676 on a circuit dominated by long straights translate directly to what the car will face in Miami's 2 principal straight sections. Any weakness in the new software's deployment profile will be visible at Monza before it cost Hamilton or Leclerc a position in Florida. The Macarena wing is the other key focus of the Monza session. The wing failed at Shanghai due to a hydraulic issue that affected the synchronization between front and rear wing closure rates under braking. Ferrari identified Monza's heavy braking zones from over 350 kilometers h into the first chicane, from high speed into the Lesmo sequence as the ideal environment to verify the fix. If the closing speed mismatch that caused Hamilton's spin at turn 6 in Shanghai has been resolved, Monza's braking zones will confirm it. If it has not, the team still has time to adjust before Miami. That is the calculation. Use the filming day not just to collect data on new parts, but to eliminate risk before the parts enter competition. The Miami upgrade package is described by sources close to the Maranello factory as the most comprehensive single race development push Ferrari have attempted since the 2026 season began. It touches every dimension of the SFT26's performance deficit. The aerodynamic package addresses the car's balance and downforce distribution across different circuit phases. Ferrari's SFT26 already leads the field in downforce generation. Technical sources indicate the car tops the downforce charts among 2026 competitors. But downforce quantity is only part of the equation. The Miami package targets aerodynamic efficiency, the relationship between downforce generated and drag produced, which determines how much of the car's power advantage in corners translates to usable speed on straights. The Macarena wing is the most visible element of the aerodynamic update. In its final specification, the system rotates approximately 270 degrees in straight mode, generating lift rather than downforce and dramatically cutting drag. Vassar confirmed at Bahrain testing that Hamilton gained approximately 10 km/h in straight-line speed with the system active. The Monza filming day is specifically designed to validate whether the synchronization fix allows that gain to be achieved without the braking instability that ended the wing's Shanghai debut after a single session. The weight reduction program is the less visible but potentially equally significant element. Ferrari's Swift 4.6 launched in January at 770 kilograms, just 2 kilograms over the minimum weight limit. Development components across 3 race weekends have pushed that figure upward. The Miami package includes components designed to recover that lost mass. According to technical sources, the weight gain could recover more than 1/10 of a second per lap, meaningful at a circuit where Hamilton finished nearly 8/10 off pole in qualifying at Suzuka. The software upgrade threads through all of it. The new energy management algorithms are designed to address the early clipping problem at a system level rather than through individual driver adjustments. The goal is a car that arrives at every braking zone with more electrical energy available than the current specification allows, reducing the straight line deficit without requiring the hardware changes that the ADU window has not yet. The hardware story at Ferrari runs on a parallel timeline to everything else. The 0676 power unit that Hamilton and Leclerc have been racing across the first 3 rounds is not the final version of the engine Ferrari will use in 2026. A redesigned power unit is already running on the dynamometer at Maranello. The development work has been ongoing throughout the opening phase of the season. The question is not whether the new engine comes, it is when the regulations allow it. The ADU system, the FIA mechanism that permits mid-season power unit upgrades when a manufacturer's performance falls below a defined threshold, evaluates engine performance after the 6th, 12th, and 18th races of the season. Ferrari's technical leadership expects to qualify for additional development tokens at the first evaluation point. Sources indicate the current 0676 carries a deficit of approximately 25 horsepower to the Mercedes power unit at high engine speeds, a gap that places Ferrari comfortably within the ADU eligibility range. Once those tokens are confirmed, Ferrari can introduce the hardware modifications the new engine embodies. Current projections point toward the Canadian Grand Prix in mid-June as the earliest realistic introduction point for the upgraded power unit. That timeline means Miami will be contested with the existing engine specification. But it also means the Miami package software, aerodynamics, Macarena wing must do enough to keep Ferrari in contention during the period before the hardware upgrade arrives. The pressure on the Monza filming day therefore extends beyond validating the aerodynamic components. It is also about understanding exactly how much the software upgrade can recover from the power unit deficit and whether that recovery combined with the aerodynamic gains is sufficient to challenge Mercedes before the ADA window opens. The Miami International Autodrome is not an obvious circuit for a team trying to close a straight-line speed deficit. It features 2 principal long straights, the main straight and the back straight through the stadium section where straight-line speed is the primary performance differentiator. If Ferrari arrives in Florida with the same power unit deficit that has been visible since Melbourne, those sections will expose it as clearly as they did at Suzuka. But Miami also features a technical middle sector, a sequence of tight corners through the stadium complex, where the CF26's chassis strengths are directly applicable. Ferrari's car has demonstrated better mechanical grip, superior tire management, and more consistent balance through slow speed sections than both Mercedes and McLaren across the opening 3 races. At Miami, that chassis advantage combines with the aerodynamic gains from the updated package to create a theoretical performance profile that plays to Ferrari's strengths in a way that Suzuka, a circuit dominated by high, speed-flowing sections, did not. The Macarena wing is specifically relevant at Miami. The circuit's 2 long straights make drag reduction more valuable than at any of the 3 circuits already visited in 2026. A functioning Macarena in final specification could recover the majority of the straight-line gap to Mercedes through aerodynamic means alone without requiring the hardware power unit performance that the ADU system has not yet unlocked. Ferrari's race starts have been a consistent strength in 2026. Both Leclerc and Hamilton have converted their qualifying positions into strong race launches at all 3 rounds. At Miami, a circuit where turn 1 is reached quickly from the grid, and where positions are often exchanged in the opening lap, that strength is an asset that neither software nor aerodynamics can replicate. Busser said after Suzuka, everyone brings updates at Miami, not just Ferrari. Ferrari's upgrades target battery clipping and drag issues, while Hamilton's team closes human performance gaps. The upgraded engine is running on the Maranello dyno. If it works, Ferrari can shift the championship. If not, Mercedes keeps the lead. Subscribe to Full Throttle. Miami coverage starts May the 1st.